Good morning, everyone. Very nice to have you back with me. It's Sunday morning, or it's almost not morning, it's just before midday, about 11:45. And Lottie and I and her friends have come on to do the rest of our Theme Thursday contribution. I did the twins on Thursday, and then my life got super hectic, and so I've not been able to make a video until now, and even now I'm just squeezing it in. So there we go. Can't do two things at once ever, can I? While I'm talking, I just can't work out what to do with the camera. But that's good enough. Okay, I'll stop fiddling. I think I have to do that every time now. It's so annoying for you. I'm sorry. Anyway, at least it's not too dark because we are in the kitchen. So what was I saying? Oh yes, I did the babies on Thursday, and life has been very hectic since then because I've had my two granddaughters to stay. One is 8 and her little sister is 5. So they were here, and we just had the best time. Oh my goodness. I know you'll just think I'm a biased nana, but I guess I am a biased nana. But they were fabulous. They're so sweet and so good to each other and so helpful to me and so much fun, and it was brilliant. We had brilliant few days together. And then yesterday was the big birthday party, which went really well. It was a very hot day, but luckily their place is air conditioned, so we were okay. And whenever the kids went outside, which they did a lot, they played with water balloons and squirted each other and things like that. So they were fine. Kids don't seem to bother with the heat or the cold so much, do they? Anyway, so they were okay. So it was a fabulous day, and then we went for a swim in the giant pool, and well, I didn't. I was in my supervisory role again, and so I watched them, and so did the mummies. We all watched them, and the daddies were in the pool. So it was great fun. It was wonderful, and then we had barbecue sausages to eat afterwards, but we'd been eating the whole time we were there, so it was very hard. I actually couldn't eat anymore, so I took a sausage in a bread roll home with me, which I had for, well, I don't know, it was sort of quite late at night, but I fancied a bit. It was sort of like 9 o'clock or something when I had my sausage. But we had beautiful sushi and, just beautiful cheeses, and can't remember what else. There was just so much food. Anyway, so that was yesterday. That was brilliant. And then I thought today I would be home, but it's not going to be that way because two more of my grandchildren, actually the little boy who I showed you in the last video as a newborn baby, he's 9 now, and his little sister is 6, and they want me to come to their house for a sleepover. Their other grandparents have sleepovers fairly often because they live out of Sydney, about an hour and a half, which really isn't far, but they prefer not to do the drive down and back in one day. So they usually have a sleepover at my daughter's house or at their other son's house. So I said to my grandchildren, shall I come for a sleepover? Oh my goodness, they're so excited. So I've been packing this morning. It's only one night I'm going for. I'll be back tomorrow. But, wow, I still needed stuff. I had a list, so I worked off my list. So that's what I've been up to until now. And so I'm squeezing in this video. Hopefully it will upload before I have to go. Anyway, let me tell you about what Lottie's wearing. Now that we're up to date with that much, I'm trying not to make a long video. That's my aim for this one. Even though I did want to tell you lots of things, but I guess they would just be fleshing out of details and stuff, so I can skip all that. So we are looking at Lottie, and she is in gingham, which is one of those forgotten terms, which was one of the arms of our Theme Thursday this week. It was forgotten terms or teddies. So I didn't show any teddies or bears with the twins, and I decided I would bring on these two very special bears with Lottie. But before I tell you about the bears, let me just describe to you what she's wearing, because it's I love this outfit. She hasn't worn either of the pieces before. They didn't come together. I had them separately. So on the top she's got her gingham bubble romper in a beautiful cotton fabric, and it's by that lovely brand that I love called Mebi, M-E-B-I. And I bought it on sale at the end of the last European summer. So yes, that's when I got it, which always suits me because then it's going to be ready for our summer here, not too much later on. So that's what she's wearing, and it's quite big gingham checks, navy and white. It has a little bodice with a beautiful sort of no, that's not piping exactly, but it's just got like a trim that goes across the bodice and cut on the bias, and it's just a strip, looks like a strip just across the bodice in the same fabric, and then the rest is just bubble romper. It buttons up the back. It doesn't have the thin straps, shoulder straps. It's more, I don't know what sort of romper you would call it, maybe like dungarees. Let me just lift the collar up of her bodysuit that's underneath, and you'll see what I mean. See how it is like that? It's not thin straps and then the back's filled in. I like that kind of romper on Lottie because she's a baby and it's hard to keep the straps up for her. So that's what she's wearing on top, and under that she's got a gorgeous bodysuit that's got a double ruffle around the neck, a double ruffle collar in white, and it's just edged in that lovely scalloped, now that's a good word, scalloped navy blue trim, and there are puff sleeves, and on the edge of the sleeves there's more of that navy blue scallop trim. So, and the bodysuit, the whole bodysuit is plain white aside from that. So that goes perfectly underneath, and I was tossing up whether to put this bodysuit on, or she's got another one that's white, and it's just got a white frill collar made of broderie anglaise, which you guys call eyelet, and that would have been part of the theme as well, because they are forgotten words too. But I just love this one. So that's what she's wearing, and she has a navy blue headband, which has got like a navy blue organza bow on it as well. That's what Lottie's wearing, and bare feet, of course, because it's warm today. It's not boiling like yesterday, but there's a breeze, and it's a little bit grey and a little bit sunny, so it's very nice out there. Now, I just want to tell you about these two special bears. I've shown you lots of my bear collection in dribs and drabs, and they're mostly vintage or antique bears. I don't really have, do I? Yeah, I have a few plush kind of ones as well. So, but these are very special bears. These are as special as my very own bear that I've had since I was a newborn baby that I have shown you before. So I didn't want to get that one out. But I haven't shown you these, I don't think. I bought these about, let's think, maybe 4 years ago at one of our big doll fairs, that my club puts on. And there was a lovely girl there who is a member of the club. And she always has really interesting things on her stall. And I got to know her, will I launch into that story? I met her actually many, many years ago at an auction, so I will tell you. It was a local auction, and they have, it was a toys and linen kind of auction. Toys and dolls and linen. And they had everything spread out on the table so you could look at it first. And there was a really nice box of, there were some beautiful, very old wooden doll coat hangers and some doll clothes, beautiful vintage doll clothes. And I loved them. And usually if someone's bidding against me, I don't worry about the item because I want the person to have what they want. Anyway, so we started bidding, and the other girl called Ruth was bidding as well, and she wanted that lot. So I let her have it. Like she won that. I just backed off. And then she came up to me afterwards and she said, "Did I notice that there was a beautiful special bonnet on the top of the lot?" And I said, "No, I didn't really look through it. I just kind of glanced and just didn't pay that much attention. I just knew that it was lovely vintage things that I was interested in." And she said, "Well, there was something gorgeous on top, the beautiful little bonnet, and someone had pinched it. So when she won the lot, it was already gone and there was nothing she could say or do." So I felt so sorry for her. And then she also had, there was only one coat hanger, one vintage wooden doll coat hanger in the box. And it was broken, and I said to her, "I've got some of those at home. I'll send you one. When I get home, I'll send you one. She said, oh, thank you. I think she thought I wouldn't, but I did. She gave me her address and I posted it to her. And we've been friends ever since then. Yeah, so that's how I got to know her. Anyway, she has interesting things to sell. I've been to her house and seen her fabulous collection. Oh, you would just, oh my goodness, you'd die of love to see everything that she's got. Beautiful things, antique and vintage, and oh, just beautiful. Anyway, I fell in love with this little bear here, this little one who's in very, very good condition. She usually wears a pink cardigan which protects her. I'll show you the cardigan. It's very, very fine knit from another lady who I buy from at our fair. Her name is Gail, and she's a brilliant knitter, and this is probably 2-ply, and it's cotton, and it's just beautiful. So Teddy usually wears that, and that protects her. But I thought if I put it on her, you can't see her as well. I mean, if I left it on her, you wouldn't see her as well. So I took it off so you could see her. So I fell in love with that bear on Ruth's store, and that bear and this bigger bear, they were sitting next to each other in a special glass cabinet, and I asked to have a look at the little one, and she showed it to me, and I fell in love with it, and I bought it. And then I just felt so sorry for this one, he's seen better days, but to me he's like the grandfather. I'll show you him up close. He's the grandfather. See, he's pretty worn out. He doesn't have much fur on his little face anymore, and look at his nose. Pretty worn out. But he's got lovely black shoe button eyes, and I'll show you his tummy. There's really not much fur left on his tummy. He's been well loved, I would say. His feet are okay. Little bit of a hole there, but he's pretty good, and there's his little hand. His paw, I should say, shouldn't I? So I don't know what type of bear he is, but he's definitely a German bear. I just don't know which company made him. But the little one is a Steiff bear, and he's very, 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 very special. I can't tell you how many berries there are that go before the word special with this one. Let me just show you how he looks. Isn't he just adorable? Look at him. Look at those little eyes. So they're glass eyes, and they're brown on the outside with black pupils. And he's got ears, and it's still got a lot of fur on. I can't see much that's rubbed off. And there's his hump, his famous hump on his back. He's just beautiful. He's got a little black nose, a stitched nose and mouth. I don't know if it's black or very dark brown, but how cute is that face? And I'll just show you what he's got in his ear. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Can you see that little metal circle? That's what Steiff put into all their toys, and often mothers remove them because they thought a baby would choke on them, but they're very hard to get off. And these days, of course, we don't want them to be removed. We want them there all the time. So this little bear is probably only about maybe 7 inches altogether, 5 ways jointed, beautiful, beautiful mohair, and with his hump on his back. I'll show you that again. And the very long arms that's the hump there. The very long arms are something that Steiff did with their bears. There's the beautiful face, and I'll put her back with Lottie. I always tend to call bears boys, but this one's a girl because it wears a pink cardigan. Actually, when I bought this bear, she had a velvet coat on, and it was gorgeous, but it was very, very tight around the bear's wrists, and I thought I'd like to take that off in case it wears out the mohair. So I took it off and replaced it with a pink cardi, which fits really well. And just put her head down a bit so she's looking. You can see her face a bit better. There we are. So they're my 2 teddies to show you, my 2 bears to show you for Theme Thursday. Now, I've got a red light showing that my battery is running out, and because I don't want to make this too long, I'll just quickly direct you toward Ruby Rose Reborn's. Her name is Susie, and I'm sure you all know her. She's having a lovely giraffe-style giveaway. If you want to go across and have a look at her latest video, you'll see what she's got there. And yeah, we all love Susie and her channel and her beautiful dolls. She's got stunning dolls. So hop across and have a look at her giveaway video and enter. because the prize is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So that's one extra thing I wanted to say. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is that I've got a beautiful book that I really want to read. I don't want to tread on anyone else's toes who reads stories like Suzanne of Suzanne's Babies, but it's just a one-off. And it's called My Donkey Benjamin, and the cover is so beautiful and the story is so beautiful. I thought of May, of Sharon Kaminsky's little granddaughter May, when Sharon sent me a photo of May and her beautiful goat Marilyn. Such a sweet photo. And it reminded me of My Donkey Benjamin, especially the cover of the book, which has got a photograph of the little girl with her donkey. And so I thought I might like to come on and read that book for May and anybody else who wants to listen to the story. It's just a very sweet story. It's all in black and white, and it's just got photographs. It hasn't got sketches. About it. I think they live in Greece, a little girl and her mummy and daddy and her baby sister who live in Greece. It's just a beautiful story. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do next time. And guess what? I'm going to stop now. This might be a world record for one of my videos. I hope it is. And yeah, brilliant. And so next time I see you, I'll be reading this story and I'll tell you how my sleepover went. And I hope to see you all soon. I hope everybody's okay. There have been a few hiccups, haven't there, in people's lives, and I know after Christmas things can be very difficult. Isn't that so rude of the machinery to cut me off, to stop me talking? I'm incensed. But guess what? I've risen against the machine because I had spare batteries that were ready charged. So ha. Too bad to you, silly old camera, or silly old batteries. I just swapped the batteries and just want to finish that sentence that I was saying, because I was just going to say that when I went to work last week, or even this week I guess, it was hard because everybody was so sad after Christmas, people who rang us, and I just wanted to say that if anybody's feeling like that out there, please reach out to someone. If you don't have anyone you trust, at least talk to your local doctor and just say that you're struggling at the moment and you might need a bit of extra support, and perhaps you could have an appointment with a psychologist or counsellor. But don't feel alone, and don't feel you're the only one. There are lots of people who are struggling, especially after Christmas. And I think really that's all I wanted to say. So that rude machine could have just given me like one more minute and that would have been plenty. Anyway, I think we'll go now, Lottie and the bears. I hope you've enjoyed my video today, and I hope I've remembered to say everything. And I'll see you again very soon with that story. I can't wait to read that actually. Hopefully I can do it without getting teary because it's just gorgeous. Anyway, everyone, I'll see you all soon, and I'll report back on my very important, exciting sleepover. And until we meet again, just take care and be kind to each other. Bye everyone.